Well, I'm in the market for two wheels. What should I get? So over the years, I've ridden a bunch of different motorcycles. My first motorcycle was a ZX6R Kawasaki Ninja, and I love that little bike. It was quick, and I lived in Hawaii at the time, so having that kind of bike is pretty common on the island. Most people have sport bikes out there. People probably won't agree with me, but a lot of people do have sport bikes out on the island. And for me, it was at that stage in my life, that was the bike to own. I brought it over to the mainland when I got orders to go to a new location, and quickly realized this is probably not the kind of bike for me. I got a little bit older and a little bit wiser and decided to get rid of that bike. So my next bike was a street cruiser, a Honda Shadow 1100 or 1000cc or something like that. It was a larger bike. It was a street cruiser, but I love that bike. I rode it everywhere. It was amazing. And that really got me into, it kind of opened my eyes to the love of baggers. I had kitted it out. I had put some bags on it, saddle bags as well as a tail bag. And I used to take it on days long trips across, cross country basically. And that was, I learned my favorite type of riding style was to long distance riding, kind of iron butt type riding, and going and seeing things, seeing places. Turns out I've got a great love of road trips, and I think being on the motorcycle helps to feed into that a little bit. So my last bike, after I had sold the Honda Shadow, I ended up picking up a Honda ST1300, the ST1300 Pan American. And that bike was probably one of my more favorite bikes that I've ever ridden. And if I had it to go over with again, I would have never sold that bike. So I sold the Pan American, which is a sport touring bike. And that kind of riding was really attractive to me. So again, my riding style that I think that I want to get back into is that of long distance, iron butt type riding, going to see the country, driving around, seeing things. So I now am kind of at a point where I want to buy another bike, but I don't know which bike to buy. So I've narrowed it down to three potential choices. First of all, for all you Harley lovers, I know you're probably going to hate me. I'm not considering Harley at this time, mainly because they're a little pricey and I don't really want to get into that right now. So with a budget of somewhere less than $10,000, I would like to buy one of the following type of bikes: a Honda Goldwing, either the GL 1800 or the newer version, or the GL 1500, a Kawasaki Vulcan Voyager, or a Yamaha Royal Star Venture. So these are the three bikes that I'm considering, and these are the reasons why I am considering them. First of all, the Goldwing. The Goldwing just strikes me as a sport touring type motorcycle. It is a kind of an upright riding position. It's got plenty of bags. It's got cruise control. It's got all of the bells and whistles. Many people have called it riding a spaceship, basically. So I've always kind of liked those bikes. I've always found them neat. I've gone to different bike rallies and seen them around, so I think they're pretty cool looking bikes, and have been considering a Goldwing for a while. In fact, when I bought my ST1300, I was considering getting a Goldwing and ended up going with the ST1300 instead because it was a little bit sportier. So I think what I'd like to get into is something with cruise control. So that kind of puts getting another ST1300 on the back burner a little bit. So that's why we favor this go around, the Gold Wing, over an ST1300. The second bike that I'm considering is the Kawasaki Vulcan Voyager. So this bike is still currently in production, much like the Gold Wing. It is a mishmash of some of the Harley lineups, I would imagine. The bike itself is a V-twin cruiser. It's got plenty of luggage. It's got plenty of storage room. It's got audio and a lot of modern features that come on a lot of new motorcycles. The good thing about the Vulcan Voyager is that if I go and look at some of the older versions of the bike, it definitely falls within my budget, and they're very well apportioned. They have a lot of great features, even in the older model. So I'm strongly considering a Vulcan Voyager. The people who really like it love the V-twin that's on that bike. A lot of people say it has great reliability. It is fuel injected also, like the Gold Wing, so it's not carbureted. It's got a lot of great modern features on it, and it's the styling of this bike. It is a beautiful bike. It just looks really awesome. When you think of American motorcycle, or a motorcycle that's meant to be ridden in the Americas, this is definitely something that comes to mind. So beautiful styling, great lines, a little bit more motorcycle-y than the Gold Wing. So I'd like it for that reason. And it's got some soul to it, being that V-twin that's in that bike. So very interested in it. The third bike that I'm considering is the Yamaha Royal Star Venture. Now, the thing about the Royal Star Ventures is they have been out of production for a little while. Yamaha, for whatever reason, discontinued the line back in, put the number here, I don't know off the top of my head. Anyhow, they had discontinued it, and they brought back another version of the Yamaha Royal Star, but it didn't look the same, and it's more it's even more modern bike. But what I'm talking about the Royal Star Ventures, they're pretty interesting looking bikes. As opposed to the V-twin, it's got a V4 cylinder setup on it, so it's a smooth running engine. It's a carbureted engine, so not fuel injected, but these things get great gas economy when compared to some of the larger engines that are on the Gold Wing and the Vulcan Voyager. It's a 1300cc bike versus an 1800cc bike. So smaller engine, but great power. I've heard that the power on these things is phenomenal. And for really what I want to do, slow cruise, these things are kind of it. That's the, you don't have to have a sport bike or anything like that. This is the type of riding I want to do, is the slow cruising, looking around, spectating type of riding. So 1300 cc's is plenty good. In fact, that's what I had my ST. So it works out very well. Like the Vulcan Voyager, it's well apportioned. It's got luggage, hard cases all around. A lot of them are on the market in my price range with low mileage, and a lot of them, like the Kawasaki Vulcan Voyager engine, this V-twin 4-cylinder has a great reputation, is known to be quote unquote bulletproof, and it's a great engine with as long as they're taken care of. It seems like you can find great bikes in great condition for a low cost. So these are the bikes that I'm considering. Why don't you like the video and then comment below which one you think I should get and the reasons for why you should, or why you're endorsing me getting that bike. I'd love to know. I've got one that I'm looking at here shortly, actually trying to look at it this week. So I might make a video on that and take y'all along with me. But just give me an idea of which one you think I should pick and the reasons why. And you can come with me on this motorcycle choosing adventure. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to y'all's feedback.